Hello, hello, puppies and kids. Welcome to another episode of Blasphemers Bible. And this is one that I've been told that I should dread coming. The longest psalm. So,
Oh, yes.
are there any opening comments about this?
This is the psalm that doesn't end. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend. Some people started reading it not knowing what it was, and will continue reading it forever just because it is this psalm.
Well, there is a reason why this is the longest psalm, and that's because it is an acrostic over all the alphabet letters. Each stanza is 8 verses. So, and each stanza starts with the letter of the alphabet.
So they took a regular acrostic and decided to make it worse for whoever was performing. Yeah, exactly. It's worse for everybody. That's really
it's a times 8. Yeah.
I should note that Alan notes in his commentary that Friedman et al. Wrote that the creativity of Psalm 119 is the creativity of the puzzle builder, the craftsperson, mathematically rather than metaphorically complex.
But it doesn't matter what English translation you read it in, you're not going to be able to figure out the puzzle.
Well, the puzzle
That's why you have
is that, and I'm guessing either that this was like a writing exercise or someone was just very autistic, which I support, obviously, but I'm kind of going to kink shame them for their obscene love of the law, because the law of God, the law, what are you doing? No.
They're bending over.
Yeah, I know.
Don't you start.
Your dinosaur wants attention. Also, a fan of the show got this for me, so I'm wearing it again. I should wear it more often.
Nice.
It's fantastic.
Why don't I get gifts? Come on.
Yes, speaking of gifts, I think
the only thing
it's in the description, and also maybe Peter has. I don't know if he's already shared in the chat. I turned 32 years old today, so I don't exactly know what character I want to go for today. I'll figure it out as we go. But I've been going with aloof douchebag so far. But I got an Amazon wish list.
Aren't you that already?
Yeah, I know. I'm just turning it up to 11. You see, Tomer, yes. I know that this is a concept that you have a hard time understanding, but I'm here to help you. So I got an Amazon.
It depends on what
list.
You mean by hard to.
I got multiple hard things for you, Tomer. All right.
Oh,
really? Amazon wish list. Lots of Bible books.
Oh.
It's my birthday.
I'll be thinking about you, Tomer.
I've been trying to understand Malyav in calculus this past month. Go figure, huh?
Okay.
Well,
he's pulling the nerd card.
Excellent.
Okay. So, without any further ado, I'm gonna try to jump into this thing. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds wonderful.
So, just to be clear, again, for the audience, we are reading one letter at a time. Like, you'll read Aleph, Lorence will read Beth, I'll read Gimel, etc., etc.
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
You could, if you want, at each end of the stanza, we can like talk about the stanza. But whatever.
I think that's a good idea. I think it'll actually make it
stanza because it doesn't.
I think it'll make it feel like it's going by a lot faster.
You'll read to verse 8, and then the NIV has the breakdown.
Does it mark anything?
8 and then shift it over to Lorence?
Yes.
Yeah.
Each stanza 8 verses.
We'll do 8 and go around 22 times. So we'll each get.
Okay. All right. I can do that. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Happy are those whose way is blameless, who walk in the law of the Lord. Happy are those who keep his decrees, who seek him with their whole heart, who also do no wrong but walk in his ways. You have commanded your precepts to be kept diligently. Oh, that my ways may be steadfast in keeping your statutes. Then I shall not be put to shame, having my eyes fixed on all your commandments. I will praise you with an upright heart. When I learn of your righteous ordinances, I will observe your statutes. Do not utterly forsake me. I wanted to give it
classic psalmist.
This is Alan dubs it appreciation of the Torah. This stanza.
Yeah, the the law being the measuring stick for what's good, and if you follow it very well, you'll do good. Except, I mean, this is why they have retrofitted so much stuff, or they go back and kind of reinterpret their own history through this lens, because obviously, if let's say they were following, the law of the Lord, and then bad things happen to them anyways, they got to explain it. They're like, oh, you know what? I must have been doing it wrong. So they blame themselves. This is a common theme throughout all of biblical literature, basically. They just blame themselves for anything that happens.
Well, of course. I mean, that's what the victim of the narcissist does. Narcissist bingo. I didn't do it. And if I did, it wasn't that bad, and it was your fault.
Okay. And if it was your fault, then you'll receive maximum punishment.
Yes, because God is so precious that if we hurt his little feelings, he will burn us forever, which is the mature thing to do, and not at all like a sociopathic toddler.
Okay. Any comments? Okay, never mind.
No.
We're just moving on to verse 9.
No, I mean, fortunately for you, I haven't done a commentary on each of the stanzas because why?
Right, it would be ridiculous.
I mean, I do have the commentaries on me in case there is something interesting to note, but yeah.
Okay, so we just jump straight to Lorence then?
Yes.
Yeah, because in that first stanza, I don't see anything that's like out of the ordinary or even really that interesting. Just kind of seems to fall in line with general cocksucking ways, and not in the good way, in the bad way. So with a second stanza here. How can young people keep their way pure? By guarding it according to your word. With my whole heart I seek you. Do not let me stray from your commandments. I treasure your word in my heart, so that I may not sin against you. Blessed are you, O Lord. Teach me your statutes. With my lips I declare all the ordinances of your mouth. I delight in the way of your decrees, as much as in all riches. I will meditate on your precepts and fix my eyes on your ways. I will delight in your statutes. I will not forget your word. This is essentially what we just read, but with different words. Although
because it's the different letter.
Do you promise to mediate on my precepts?
The thing is, this is an easy letter to write with because it's like a preposition in and with. Just like the last few verses are all like, oh, with my lips, with the way of my decrees, way of your decrees, or your ways, or your precepts, or in the way of your laws, or whatever. Like, they could have been a bit more inventive, but they just went the easy route, I guess.
I think the one interesting thing that I found in this stanza was verse 14. I delight in the way of your decrees as much as in all riches. So throughout the rest of the Psalms, even the ones that we've read up to this far, the riches of the earth are really, they're basically nothing compared to the goodness of God, right? And the people who are wicked, the people who have went astray, they are the ones that take pleasure in material wealth and riches. So it's interesting here that there is this kind of balancing act being done, because in this verse, the way of the law is, it makes him as happy as the riches do. Instead of much happy, I think would have been, which would have made more sense.
But you can't shit on the riches too much, because you
Right,
have
'cause-
to maintain the illusion that God is going to bless you for being his bitch.
And I think that the fact that like this is such a long psalm, it's very. I think Tomer, you quoted. I don't know who you quoted, but
Friedman et al.
When he was saying that it's more of like it's not complex metaphorically, it's
But complex mathematically.
yeah. So the thing is, this person had time on their hands, a lot of it, and
Clearly.
because they wrote and read in the ancient world, they were also pretty like high. They were in an upper class, and the thing is, I'm pretty sure he's just like, yeah, riches do make me pretty happy. I'm doing really well over here. I can't eschew those totally. Don't want to not have those privileges. So,
I mean, he is saying like all the riches, right? So it's trying to say like,
yes.
yeah, but yeah, I guess you could have said more than all the riches in the world, but
It's kind of like a woman trying to, it's like a man trying to seduce a woman and saying that her eyes are brighter than jewels and her hair is softer than silk, and etc., etc., as they used to do in the old days when men actually put in effort.
Her eyes are
digress.
brighter than
No
Jews.
more effort here.
Yes, I know. That's why we have silicone. However, I would like to point out that this is one of the few quotable verses, frequently quoted, well-known verses that you got. I have hidden your word in my heart that I might not sin against you. Given my history, I have somewhat modified that for my own personal use. Something like, I have hidden thy word in my heart that I might whoop thine ass. You got to go with what works.
Oh, when you talk about Lorence talked about how strophe 1 and strophe 2 are the same thing. Strophe 1 and strophe 2 are almost the same thing. So I have Zenger here who writes that the first two strophes are linked at the end of strophe 1 and the beginning of strophe 2 by chiastically arranged keyword references. Verses 7 8, heart observe, keep. Verses 9 10, keep heart. They are set in parallel by the motifs of the way of life, seeking Yahweh with the whole heart, compare verses 2 and 10, and instruction by Yahweh's statutes, compare verses 7 and 12. Their closing lines are in counterpoint. Do not abandon me, I will not forget you. The two strophes constitute a thematic unit and make it clear that this is not a psalm about the Torah. It is the meditative prayer of a human being to Yahweh as the giver and teacher of Torah. It is an exercise in deeper understanding of the will of God for one's concrete way of life, revealed in the words of Torah, in the conviction that the words of Torah are not only the summit of wealth, but can make life beautiful and happy, in fact full of joy.
Right, so I suppose we can hand it off to
Move
Lou for the
on
next
to
one.
Gamil. Yes.
Oh, and I should know that Alan calls this stanza a divine teaching of wisdom.
Sure, Jan. Gamil, do good to your servant, and I will live. I will obey your word. Open my eyes that I may see wonderful things in your law. I am a stranger on earth. I do not hide your commands from me. My soul is consumed with longing for your laws at all times. You rebuke the arrogant who are cursed and who stray from your commands. And they still have unnecessary UFC fights on the front lawn. Remove from me scorn and contempt, for I keep your statutes. Though rulers sit together and slander me, your servant will meditate on your decrees. Your statutes are my delight. They are my counselors.
Ugh, gross.
Don't stop talking, please.
or as JPS says, my intimate
I'm almost-
companions.
I didn't think you would get off on contempt. That came across, I hope.
No, I was turned on by your servant.
Okay.
You are my servant.
Love the
No.
degeneracy in here.
Yes.
Love it.
Um,
This one is, it's kind of taking like the second half of the last trophy, where you have this idea that the reason you are doing so well is because God allows it. And he even says in verse 19, I live as an alien in the land. Because it's God's land, right? He's just there. He's allowed to be there. He's allowed to prosper there. It gives very much, bootlicking. Don't you just love the billionaires and now trillionaire? Because they create so many jobs. They're
Yes,
so great.
they absolutely should not be boiled in oil in a public square.
Right. Yeah. Although I wouldn't boil. Boiling isn't that great. Nice char grill.
Well,
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
can't-
think about the
you
bubbling
can't-
pot of oil and then the rope, and then the crowd gets to determine the rate at which they lower. You can
yeah,
batter
you
it
can't
too.
boil. You can't boil in water the Passover sacrifice. So
Oh, right. Yeah.
Okay, we'll boil them in oil.
What we're saying. Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Though I should note
Yeah.
that Alan writes that the concept of the ger, resident alien, has been spiritualized. The resident alien had no territorial claim, compare Genesis 12:10. According to Leviticus 25:23, Israel comprised a group of such aliens permitted to live on divine property and dependent completely on God. The hiding of God's face in standard psalm usage is replaced in verse 19b by hiding the Torah. This is the first of a number of cases where the Torah represents God. It, quote, does not come between the psalmist and God, it serves to link them, end quote, according to Greenberg.
Yeah, and another understanding of the stranger in the land is kind of like life itself. Like, I am just passing through.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
I am a foreigner in this world.
Yeah.
It's one of the actual real problems that the God of Abraham and his theology have brought into the world is this idea that we are all aliens and strangers in it, that we are, birds on a tree branch, as opposed to the fruit that grew out of the damn tree. Like we are part of this world. We came out of it. We did not come into it. But that is a topic for philosophy. And we're just gonna have to keep scrolling through this tribe.
Yeah, Alan calls this expressions of lament. Yeah, it contains a strong element of lament, distressing circumstances, specifically persecution, prompt a double prayer characteristic of the whole psalm, for deliverance and for deeper insight into Yahweh's will for his life, revealed in the Torah. Okay. Now it's my turn. So, Daled. Oh, there we go. My soul clings to the dust. It clinges? Yes. My soul clinges to the dust. Revive me in accordance.
Clings.
Clings.
Clings is
What?
right.
Yeah.
Wait, why did I
Yeah.
say? Yeah, I know, but like, why did I say clinges? Because I know I've heard clinges before.
Is it spelt with an E or without an E? I mean, even
Without an E, it's an I. Oh my god, I hate English.
No,
Clink.
English is
Clings.
dumb. Yes.
Yeah,
I
that
agree.
was just someone fucking with you.
Cling Johnson. No, never mind. Okay. My soul clings to the dust. Revive me in accordance with your word. I have declared my way, and you have answered me. Train me in your laws. Make me understand the way of your precepts, that I may study your wondrous acts. I am racked with grief. Sustain me in accordance with your word. Remove all falsy ways from me. Oh, falsy? Why did I say false? Remove all false ways from me. Favor me with your teaching. I have chosen the way of faithfulness. I have set your rules before me. I cling to your decrees. O Lord, do not put me to shame. I eagerly pursue your commandments, for you broaden my understanding.
Yeah, clinging to the dust. So like dust is usually used metaphorically to talk about like things that are fleeting. They pass away. They get swept up in the wind, and they're just gone. So he recognizes his own mortality, but also wants his life to completely be devoted to God and to his ways, and that is the thing that will keep him alive.
Pretty sure the author's dead now either way, so.
Right, he's very, very much dead. Actually, no. The authors of all the other Psalms are dead. This one is alive right now. He was actually Elvis, so still alive. He was Elvis. He was a few other people as well. Really famous guy.
The Wandering Jew.
I thought every bit of this was written by God.
No, it was written by Jesus, who is
God
the same as God.
God
but...
equals Elvis. Like, come on.
Yeah. If you want to get the authentic, psalm, you need to read it in Hebrew with an Elvis voice.
I'll be right back. I gotta make a call real quick. People are calling on my birthday. People are calling
Elvis
me.
calls you.
You know what I want for my birthday one year? For no one to call me, for no one to talk to me about anything. Like, just stay the fuck away from me. That would be a great birthday gift, but I never get that one. They always say, we'll get you whatever you want. And I'm like, okay, I want alone time. No, I don't get that one. That one's bad. All right, I'll be right back.
Yeah, so Alan calls this a cry for help. And he notes that in verse 25, the psalmist's troubles are a death-like experience. Afar, dust, is a reference to Sheol. The psalmist appeals in verse 26 to an earlier lament that received a divine answer, in hope of another positive response. In verse 29, Sheker, rendered faithlessness, has the sense of betrayal of covenant values, in contrast to verse 30. The teaching of the Torah is regarded in verse 29b as an aspect of Yahweh's faithfulness to the covenant. Holding fast or clinging, davak, in verse 31a, elsewhere used with reference to God, for example, Deuteronomy 11:22, is here applied to the Torah. J.F.A. Sawyer has related verse 32b to the Solomonic traditions of wisdom of 1 Kings 3:12, 4:2-9, 12, 5:2-6, and so to the intellectual grasp of a wide range of subjects. Wolf prefers to interpret generally in terms of liberation, but Saul has drawn attention to the emphasis on teaching and understanding in this strophe. Oh, and Zenger notes that strophes 3 and 4 are tied together not only by keyword chains, my soul, the wondrous deeds of Torah, petition that Yahweh gives life, but as a developed depiction of distress, they furnish the dramatic background of the Hey strophe that follows, verses 33-40, which as a whole presents a staccato series of imperative pleas to Yahweh.
Hey strophe?
Strophe, that's how you pronounce it, right?
What's a strophe?
That's how you pronounce strophe. It's a poetic term originally referring to the first part of the ode in ancient Greek tragedy. So it's basically like a stanza, so...
Okay.
How do you spell it?
Strophe.
S-T-R-O-T-H-Y?
P-H-E.
P-H-E. It is strophe, yeah.
Oh.
It's a Greek word.
Strophe.
Who's such a cute kitty?
Ah.
I hear it pronounced strophe a lot.
Yes.
But yeah. You pronounce it.
I love English.
Yep.
That's Greek.
Greek. Okay, should I do A?
I love Greek. No.
Yeah.
Greek is pretty great. Obviously, the original language of the Old Testament. We all know that one, right?
Yes. Yeah, Isaac, please.
All right. Teach me, O Lord, the way of your laws. I will observe them to the utmost. Give me understanding, that I may observe your teaching and keep it wholeheartedly. Lead me in the path of your commandments, for that is my concern. Turn my heart to your decrees, and not to love of gain. Avert my eyes from seeing falsehood. By your ways preserve me. Fulfill your promise to your servant, which is for those who worship you. Remove the taunt that I dread, for your rules are good. See, I have longed for your precepts. By your righteousness preserve me.
You know,
Okay.
this does take up the same thing that we've been talking about already. But one thing that I found interesting was a translation that you had there in verse 37. The NRSV says, "Turn my eyes from looking at vanities." What did you have for verse 37 again?
English is avert my eyes from seeing falsehood.
Falsehoods. Okay.
Haver
Shav.
enai merot shav.
So for this one, you could see two different paths, right? So vanities would be not just things that are false, but they are things that amount to nothing, right, in the grand scheme of things. So this is, for example, used in Ecclesiastes, where they talk about vanity of vanities, but in some translations it means like it's my favorite verse in the Bible. Everything is meaningless, says the teacher, completely meaningless. When they're really like in other translations says like vanity of vanities.
Yeah,
Something
no,
like
the word vanity in Ecclesiastes is hevel. I don't think hevel is here though.
Okay, gotcha.
It's I
Shav
mean,
is
falsehood is
like-
shav.
Okay,
It's like
gotcha. It's interesting the translation of vanities then.
Vanities is the more nuanced English word for, it's not things that are not just false but frivolous.
Yeah,
It's
they're
not.
not important.
It's just.
Yeah.
The mindless shit that they try and get us to buy endlessly for no other reason than to make obscenely wealthy people more wealthy, and we don't need it, and it does us no good. That's vanities, like that, basically our entire economy. So yay. But I think we should pick up the pace on these. So
Okay.
Sorry,
Is it my turn now?
wait. I wanted to say some stuff. Hold on.
All right.
Yeah. The word over here that is translated as falsehood or vanity is the same word used in like the commandment of do not take your God's name in vain.
Yeah.
You shut
So
up. Bird.
there are various. Zenger notes that there is a spectrum of meanings here, including worthless, useless, wicked, deceitful, and false. He himself renders it vanity, however. Fascination of vanities, quote unquote.
Yeah, because I can, I understand the staying clear of things that are false too. But either way, he's like comparing the graciousness of God. This is the important stuff. The truly important stuff is following His law, while other things of the earth they're gonna leave at some point too. So.
Yeah.
So what we're saying is that the religious have always been miserable killjoys who wanted you to do nothing but meditate on their rules. Cool.
Right. Or should I read now, or someone? Tomer's still talking.
No, you can read it.
Okay. I'm glad, by the way, Lorence, that you decided to break this up into multiple readings, because I was starting with a Mad Men character, and I realized that after 100 and whatever verses that I would be literally mad by the end.
That is true, but also it was Lilith's idea. So, but no, I'll take the credit though. I mean, I am a man, obviously.
Yeah. All right. Let your steadfast love come to me, O Lord, your salvation according to your promise. Then I shall have an answer for those who taunt me, for I trust in your word. Do not take the word of truth utterly out of my mouth, for my hope is in your ordinances. I will keep your law continually, forever and ever. I shall walk at liberty, for I have sought your precepts. I will also speak of your decrees before kings, and shall not be put to shame. I find my delight in your commandments, because I love them. I revere your commandments, which I love, and I will meditate on your statutes.
Man, this guy sucks. Could you imagine hanging out with this dude? There is some interesting things that pop up from reading these. You know, there are verses where he says, like, I will keep your law continually. Like, I will do this, I will do that, I'll keep them. But there are times where he essentially tells God to let him continue doing it. You know, do not take the word of truth utterly out of my mouth. So it's not like completely like free will based. It's very much saying that like the only reason you can continue doing or following these commandments and loving them, I guess, is because God is allowing you to do that.
I will note,
I will
however,
graciously
that because,
permit you to worship me.
Right, yeah.
I will I will note, however, that because the letter is vav is also the conjunction and so it's basically everything starts here, and I will.
Yeah, but it's also there's also a thing in biblical Hebrew where the vav it doesn't mean literally and, it's kind of
Exegetical?
just used to. I'm talking about the vav hipuch. So it just kind of combines verses together, and
Yes.
it flips the mode of the verb. So you normally
Yes.
would have you'd have like a future tense. Not, they didn't have tense, but like the sort of like incomplete mode of the verb, and then you'd put the vav in front of it, and it would mean the opposite. So a lot of times in the Bible, it's like, and he will say means he said,
Yes.
and then he said, kind of like that.
Yeah.
So that is kind of using that system as well, where it's like, although it's and I will a lot, which is you could translate it as I will delight or I have delighted. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, you do notice that like it starts with the vav and an aleph for most of the verses.
Yeah.
Except
Yeah,
for
but
the
that would
first
be
verse.
and I will. Yeah.
Ve'al tatzel. I mean ve'al. It's because and do not al. But yeah, but the rest is like I will, and basically
Yeah.
future verbs. Yes.
Yeah, I mean JPS like literally doesn't have the word and in the beginning
Yes.
of any of the verses.
Yes.
Either way.
Yeah.
Can we move on
Okay.
to Zion?
Yes. Dick. Yes.
My favorite letter. Oh.
All right.
Because Zion in Hebrew, Zion is also a slang for dick in Hebrew.
Oh, that's fun. Didn't know that one.
Yes.
It means weapon.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Uh-huh.
Sword, yeah.
So verse 49 then. Remember your word to your servant, in which you have made me hope. This is my comfort in my distress, that your promise gives me life. The arrogant utterly deride me, but I do not turn away from your law. When I think of your ordinances from of old, I take comfort, O Lord. Hot indignation seizes me because of the wicked, those who forsake your law. Your statutes have been my songs. Wherever I make my home, your statutes have been my songs wherever I make my home. I remember your name in the night, O Lord, and keep your law. This blessing has fallen to me, for I have kept your precepts. And the thing is, he says all the time that he's not going to be dismayed. He will not be put to shame. But the thing is, it's clear that he is being put to shame, and he's mad about it. But he is resilient. He can.
It seems like he's begging and flattering in the hopes that this will make God more kindly disposed towards him.
I mean, sure. Where his he's very much saying that the law is not only like it's the thing that keeps him going and the thing that's keeping him safe against people who have otherwise turned against him. And we know that it's that at some point the wicked that they're being talked about are people who used to be part of the community,
Of
or
course.
maybe they still are, but not in the way that he would like them to. Because in verse 53, it says that hot indignation seizes me because of the wicked, those who forsake your law. We have talked about at length how the law code was, because it is a law code, it was for a specific group of people. And we have that example from Deuteronomy 32, where we have the Yahweh's inheritance being the Israelites, but like so that's they're the ones that should be following that law. So these people who he is speaking against specifically, I mean, we know that we're talking about the same set of laws because he even says, when I think of your ordinances from of old, that's the phrase that's very commonly used to talk about the law, from of old, from like the very beginning. And these people who are deriding him for being, I guess, too much of a bootlicker are people who used to be part of the community, people who maybe at one time were his friends, as is suggested in other Psalms.
Yeah, I could see that. Religious communities are so healthy. So can I move on to Heth?
Oh no, I wanted to note that in this strophe the keyword here is remember, zachag. And Zenger writes that this builds up the drama of the strophe. Remember me, Yahweh, in my distress, as I have thought of your challenging Torah and its promises. This remembering on the part of the petitioner has a different profile in the first section, verses 49 through 52, and in the second, verses 53 through 56. Namely, as a supportive consolation in misery in the first section, and as Torah songs in the night against the mockery of the arrogant in the second. Okay.
Fair enough. Heth, you are my portion, O Lord. I have promised to obey your words. I have sought your face with all my heart. Be gracious to me according to your promise. I have considered my ways and have turned my steps to your statutes. I will hasten and not delay to obey your commands. Though the wicked bind me with ropes, I will not forget your law. At midnight I rise to give you thanks for your righteous laws. I'm a friend to all who fear you, to all who follow your precepts. The earth is filled with your love, O Lord. Teach me your decrees. Ew. Just ew.
I detected a bit of sarcasm in that.
Oh, me sarcastic? Yeah, well, I mean, is there any other way I am actually going to say many of these phrases out loud?
Lilith, I think if you turn your life to God, to the Lord, be much happier.
I would tell God to kiss my ass, but I'm pretty sure I have a restraining order out on that fucker.
I mean, I got nothing special to say about this one.
Yeah, it's more of the same. Law, love law, much love law.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah. Wait, where was it? Okay, so we are in Tet. So, you have treated your servant well, according to your word, O Lord. Teach me good sense and knowledge, for I have put my trust in your commandments. Before I was humbled, I went astray, but now I keep your word. You are good and beneficent. Teach me your laws. Though the arrogant have accused me falsely, I observe your precepts wholeheartedly. Their minds are thick like fat. As for me, your teaching is my delight. It was good for me that I was humbled, so that I might learn your laws. I prefer the teaching you proclaimed to thousands of gold and silver pieces.
Yeah, see, that's something we would expect in a psalm. And especially that last part about like, oh, it's better than, thousands of gold and silver.
Mm-hmm.
What was the first half of verse 70 again, Tomer?
The first half, their minds are thick like fat.
Because the translation I'm reading says their hearts are thick like fat.
But you also have to remember
because they
that at this
libam,
time,
the heart.
The literal translation is heart.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but that is, they thought that the heart was where all the thinking happened.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So the
Um,
where was there? Right. So you can tell that this the psalmist had his own journey, because there he says in verse 67, before I was humbled, I went astray, but now I keep your word. So he was on this terrible path, but now he has gotten back onto the path of righteousness.
I was lost, but now I'm found.
Yeah, basically.
I was lost and I'm still lost.
I've always been lost. I was born lost.
This is
Yeah,
like the
the-
born again reconverted religious psychosis, like the girl who was doing the potluck things and then she got all like uber creepy evangelical Christian. Yeah. That or Bellatown.
Yeah, out
Yeah,
of these 8 verses, like 6 of them begin with this pretty much the same Hebrew word, which means good, which is probably why I don't know what the word is, but like the sense of this section is like things are, I prefer this and this is good, and you are good to me, or it is good for me that you have done this. Yeah.
Yes, it is good for me that I was punished for thinking wrong. It's a good thing. It's a real good thing you did there.
It is, yeah, literally verse 71. It is good for me that I was afflicted, so that I could learn your laws. Yeah.
Well, we've got Teth and then Yod, and it almost looked like Yoda.
Yeah.
The smallest letter.
Yeah.
So Alan here has a short thing on Tet. He writes that the Tet strophe fosters appreciation of aspects of Yahweh's goodness, Tov, God's past benefits and revealed character, the positive values of suffering, and the preciousness of the Torah are all themes of praise. With verse 69, one may compare Job 13:4. Here, malevolent slander is in view. For the positive interpretation of suffering in verse 71, Deuteronomy 8:16 is comparable. Verse 72 is reminiscent of Proverbs 3:14, but here wisdom and Torah are identified. The divine origin of the Torah is graphically expressed in the phrase "from your mouth," picha. It enables the psalmist to hear a recording, as it were, of the very voice of God. The comparative type of wisdom saying in this verse is often found in Proverbs, for instance in Proverbs 15:17.
Okay, let's go. My turn, right?
Yes.
I think so, yep.
Okay. Your hands made me and fashioned me. Give me understanding that I may learn your commandments. Those who fear you will see me and rejoice, for I have put my hope in your word. I know, O Lord, that your rulings are just. Rightly have you humbled me. May your steadfast love comfort me in accordance with your promise to your servant. May your mercy reach me that I might live, for your teaching is my delight. Let the insolent be dismayed, for they have wronged me without cause. I will study your precepts. May those who fear you, those who know your decrees, turn again to me. May I wholeheartedly follow your laws, so that I do not come to grief.
Yeah, I
Bit
say that there are a
disjointed, this
couple
one.
interesting things in here.
Mm.
So the way that he presents himself says, "Your hands have made and fashioned me." So I am sure that we've gotten a little bit of this, but we'll get more of it once we get to the prophets, to the other prophets, I guess. That this is the language that's used for idols. You know, they were made and fashioned by human hands. Now, of course, so I think he's kind of drawing some parallel here. While
Yeah.
the things made by human hands are nothing but idols, the things fashioned by God's hands are, you know, are good. And instead of sucking and not doing anything, they do stuff, and they're beautiful creations and shit like that. So I think he is not necessarily calling back to, but he's using that phrase in a positive way. And I thought verse 79 was also interesting. Let those who fear you turn to me, so that they may know your decrees. And you know what? This is probably the most grace that's going to be given by the psalmist to people who disagree with him, because instead, first of all, when they go to him, all they're doing is making fun of him. All they're doing is treating him like dirt. So he's saying, like, let them come to me, like I will help them get to you. But like, clearly that's not been working. Clearly that's an abject failure, and he needs to try a new strategy. But I guess for now he's still going with it, even though they've already proven themselves to be arrogant.
Yes. Well, that is always the accusation leveled at those of us who are not interested in listening to the pedantic ass rant about how they're right about everything and we're all stupid because God's going to burn us for defying them.
I saw something in Zinger's commentary regarding the Yahweh's hands or something. Oh yeah. In verse 73, with two creation theological verbs, Yahweh's special care for the petitioner from the beginning of his existence is asserted. The image of Yahweh's hands, which have made and artistically shaped the petitioner, compare Genesis 2:7, emphasizes the individual creation of the one praying. Compare especially Psalms 139:13-16. The verb kon, polel, place, form, evokes the equipment of the created human being with all the abilities necessary for concrete living. Our psalm sees the most important equipment as the ability to understand the Torah, to wait for it, and to live by it.
So before we go into the next stanza here, I got a little story about this guy today. This kitty cat today.
Oh, hello, baby.
We had a big problem, didn't we? So they, like, the cats are usually like at the window, like looking at animals and shit. So they have been known to scratch at the screen, you know, but they're like usually tiny. But somehow something happened today. I don't even know what time exactly, but there was a huge, like, I went by the window and there was this enormous hole, like enormous. And I was like, oh, a cat could definitely get through that. So then I remembered, I was like, wait, I haven't seen the white cat today. I saw the other one, but not him. So I looked around the house, didn't find him, and then I went back to that window, and there he was, meowing like crazy because he's like outside, basically for the first time like that, and like fucking scared. And like I ran outside and I grabbed him. But yeah, now we gotta definitely get a new screen, because I think like the way that it was, I think he was like leaning up against the screen, and then he fell through because he's so fucking fat. That yeah, it was scary for a
Don't you
moment there.
listen to him,
But
baby.
we
Don't
got him.
you listen.
He is safe. So now we're gonna keep those windows closed, especially the one upstairs. This was the downstairs one. Yeah, yeah, he's like afraid of everything. He's like, I call him Anxiety Kitty because he freaks out all the time. So yeah, luckily nothing bad happened to him. He was too scared to go anywhere else. So easy to find. But yeah, that was a scary moment, right? Right, buddy?
Mm.
Yeah. Almost giving me a heart attack.
Poor baby.
Yeah.
All right, who's reading at this point?
Think you?
Okay. My soul languishes for your salvation. I hope in your word. My eyes fail with watching watching for your promise. I ask, when will you comfort me? For I have become like a wineskin in the smoke. Yet I have not forgotten your statutes. How long must your servant endure? When will you judge those who persecute me? The arrogant have dug pitfalls for me. They flout your law. All your commandments are ending. I am persecuted without cause. Help me. They have almost made an end of me on earth, but I have not forsaken your precepts. In your steadfast love, spare my life, so that I may keep the decrees of your mouth.
Verse 85 is interesting. The
Right.
dug pits for me. The Hebrew word is karu.
Yeah, this is used.
Which is-
This is used a lot, too. Where I think I know the one that you're gonna bring up. Was that Psalm 22? Yeah. So
Yeah, it's an alternative reading to the Masoretic text says like a lion, ka'ari, and the reconstructed version, I guess, that the Septuagint is based on would be karu, which means they dug.
right. Yeah.
And then the English translates it as pierced.
So the thing is the language though that's used here. Yeah, they dug pitfalls for me. This is something that we see throughout the entire Psalter, where they set up traps for the psalmist, and
It's
it's very much like one of the many ways that he presents the wicked, especially. Like I could pull up so many verses that have something like this, digging a pit for him, laying a trap to trip him, stuff like that, right? That these are things that the wicked do. So that is very common language for that. One that I took interest in was verse 83.
Yeah,
For
me
I have
too.
become like a wineskin in the smoke. I'm guessing this has something to do with making the wines, because like kind of like a sword passing through the fire right before you like mold it into the right shape and whatnot. This like almost like a purification by fire kind of thing, except a different metaphor, obviously.
So Alan, there are two things here that I noticed. So Alan writes that obviously the connotation is negative in the context. Burglar interpreted as swaying to and fro, and so alluding to human inconstancy, but most take it as a figure for distress in general, regarding the wineskin as unused, shriveled, and black. And Zenger notes that Verse 83 founds the petitioner's impatience in a contradictory reality. He has not forgotten Yahweh's statutes, and yet he has become like a wineskin hanging in the smoke. This comparison is difficult to understand. If we are to read the bicolon in verse 83 antithetically, it would mean, although I have not forgotten your laws, still you have forgotten me, as one might hang a used up wine or water skin in the chimney of the house. Edward Koenig suggests another possibility, quote, the skin filled with wine was hung in the chimney so that the wine would age faster and be milder. In this way, the poet illustrates how, in the Misery, 67, 71, and 75, he has acquired a mature character, end quote. Perhaps it simply means that the skin is hung up above the fireplace until it is needed again. That is how the petitioner feels. At the moment, God has no interest in him, and therefore in verse 83, he puts God, whose servant he is, after all, under pressure. The days of life he still has are few, so that God also has only a little time to show himself a saving God of righteousness by exercising the judgment that belongs to him on the persecutors.
All right, are we ready to move on to the next one then?
Yes, that's Lamed.
Yeah, so starting with verse 89.
Yes.
Yes.
The Lord exists forever. Already got problems with this one. Your word is firmly fixed in heaven. Your faithfulness endures to all generations. You have established the earth, and it stands fast. By your appointment, they stand today, for all things are your servants. If your law had not been my delight, I would have perished in my misery. I will never forget your precepts, for by them you have given me life. I am yours. Save me, for I have sought your precepts. The wicked lie in wait to destroy me, but I consider your decrees. I have seen a limit to all perfection, but your commandment is exceedingly broad. So this one I would say is more theologically significant than the other ones that we've read. Like even from the beginning, your word is firmly fixed in heaven. It's interesting how they're using this cosmological language for the establishment of the law, because it's not just the law itself. The way that this reads is it's because you talk about the establishment of the earth, for example, and everything in it. This is very much I'm not going to say a creation narrative hidden in here, but definitely a recollection of the creation narrative, because they're talking about being fixed in heaven, the earth standing still, or not still, but the earth standing as the base, and everything that he made is, for all things are your servants. This one does remind me more of Ecclesiastes, where it's like, everything is set up for a reason. There's a purpose for everything, and God is basically the one who dictates that. And he would dictate the way that time moves. There is very much this kind of almost deterministic in a way. And
I think it's worth focusing too on the Torah and what it is, because I mean, you guys brought this up long ago, but it probably bears repeating by this point in the sequence, that the Torah is not just the written Torah, but there's like this sacred eternal Torah of God. There's the teachings and the writings and whatnot. So it's sort of more than just 613 rules.
Right, yeah. And the thing is, you have the like the oral Torah as well. So that just comes from like tradition, right? So yeah, this definitely speaks to like he's kind of elevating the dimensions that we're talking about. You have this like, oh, the law is so great and so good, but like you're the one who, like, it's been fixed, it's been determined. So he's not only set up the law itself, to be like this eternal measuring stick, but also all the things on the earth, including humans, that measure up against it.
So Lawrence said that God decides how time moves, which was an interesting thought, because we think that time is a linear progression from cause to effect, when really it's a big ball of wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey stuff.
Well, the thing is, once we get to Ecclesiastes, you'll see it more. You'll see it better, because in there it's like, well, everything moves according to its prescribed time. It's a prescribed path, right? So like the stars are moving in the way that they are because God set it up that way. So there's a time for everything. Nothing
we
new.
try very much. People try to understand the world in the way that they understand the things that they themselves made: pottery, metalworking, that kind of thing.
Don't do that.
Sorry. I had trouble sleeping last night. Oh, yeah. But we also have to remember that the word of God is also this magical, powerful thing that literally incantations. God spoke things into existence because he just has to say something and it goes poof.
I just read something in the comments that seemed like a wonderful summary of the Bible. It says, "What a bunch of horse shit."
I mean, yeah, but we're here picking it apart anyway because somebody has to do the work.
Okay, Tomer
right,
disagrees, and that's fair. Express your disagreement, sir.
Well, first of all, the Bible is an ancient book. That's one thing. So it is a part of our history, regardless if we like it or not. Second of all, there is a lot of literary value in the Bible, at least in my opinion. A lot of understanding of how Israelites thought, what their mythology was, what their culture was, what their social life was. So I regard the Bible as any other ancient Bible that is worth studying. So, and I do think that a lot of people will think of other ancient writings as a bunch of horse shit. They are not too dissimilar, but that's how the ancient people thought. And I think we shouldn't really disregard that just because it is a bunch of horseshit.
It's a good what's it called? A good lens into their world. So like if you want to learn more about the ancient world, you read what they wrote. So you don't have to, obviously, like, don't take it all as face value true. But
all of it happened exactly as described. Every word that everybody said. It's just like in the Bhagavad Gita. All of this conversation that King Arjuna had with Lord Krishna, it all rhymed.
Of course it did. I mean, what is a god of creation if he can't even rhyme?
Right. True.
All right. I'm gonna read Mem and then.
I did want to say something in regards to the strophe, with regards to the word davar, the word davar in verse 89. So Alan notes that this is an expression of God's all-embracing purpose, which is not only embodied in the Torah but reflected in the created universe, as verse 91 affirms. One may compare the creative role of the davar word in Psalms 33:6, but now it is responsible for maintaining the created order, as in Psalms 147:15, 18, and 148:8. It is here equated with divine wisdom. Quote, the cosmic word of God and the book of his Torah are, for our psalmist, correlative, end quote, according to Saul. In verse 96, Robert, observing a similar semantic range in Job 11:7 and 9, 28:3, understood davar in terms of a contrast between limited human understanding and divine Torah wisdom.
I should read a couple of comments since I just see them here. Mega Farter 57.
Mason.
Wow. Yeah. How did I miss Mason after all that? Says, hello, Aaron. I have always been Catholic, but your videos have helped me doubt and open my mind to other ideas. Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing.
Thinking is good.
Yep,
You
my
know-
dog just laid down on the electrical cable, and I think I lost something.
Oh, well, now, yes.
Now
Yeah,
Aaron's
he probably
glitching.
just stopped hearing us straight away.
Yeah, like right at the end
And
there.
we have to give some love to Alira, who has is that
holy
200 now,
150
no?
memberships? 200?
150.
Oh, it's 150. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
seeing 350s across the top of the screen. If there's more, I apologize because
Yeah.
chock-a-block full.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm seeing 350s. That's huge. Thank you, Alira. There's now if I'm doing my math properly in Tomer, you can check this. I do think that is in fact 150.
Woo!
No, actually, it's not.
No, okay. Gotcha. Okay, I only learned algebra.
Yeah, me too, but the more abstract type.
Of
The
course.
woke maths.
The
Yeah.
word maths, yes.
Yes, he is doing the woke maths. Aaron, I see, has been taken out by his puppies and kitties.
Yes.
So he will be
So-
should we wait for him to read Mem?
I
It's a
think
negative
the evil
tutorial.
Lawrence
Wait.
will take over now to make his birthday complete.
Okay, well then
Oh, is
Yeah,
that how
it's
because
perfect.
Aaron?
Wait,
Wait. Hold on,
Lawrence,
didn't-
you read Lamed already, right?
Yeah. I think I just
so
yeah.
Lilith is reading Mem.
Right.
Yeah,
yes, that's what I said.
what I meant is Lawrence is
Oh, I
taking
thought
over
you
the
were
show.
saying that Arn had to read it.
No.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the Aaron until Aaron finds his tables under his puppy. And I'm gonna read Mem. Oh, how I love your law. I meditate on it all day long. Your commands make me wiser than my enemies, for they are ever with me. I have more insight than all my teachers, for I meditate on your statutes. I have more understanding than the elders, for I obey your precepts. I have kept my feet from every evil path, so that I might obey your word. I have not departed from your laws, for you yourself have taught me how sweet are your words to my taste, sweeter than honey to my mouth. I gain understanding from your precepts. Therefore, I hate every wrong path.
Man, this guy really sucks. He like
Yeah.
speaking of arrogance, like this dude. Okay, so he it says that the wicked are arrogant, right? These people who go on their own.
But I know more
path
than
and-
all the elders.
Right? Yeah, I'm smarter than them, and I'm smarter than the elders. Wow.
And my teachers.
Right. Yeah, I know. That is rubbing me the wrong way. And to be sure, there are correct ways to rub me, but this is completely the incorrect way. So the I mean, mostly I was concentrating on that. However, it's very clear that this knowledge and understanding that he believes he's gained, he thinks that it's coming from God directly. So yeah, sure. I guess
That's always healthy when you by divine revelation see things that are naturally show all your teachers are wrong and the elders are all wrong, and only you know the truth because only you can see it because of the divine revelation. That's not a behavior that we associate with psychosis at all.
Yeah, this guy has plenty of issues.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't say that he's gotten everything
Two
right.
seconds, I'll be right back.
Let's see. I don't think there was anything much in here that I specifically wanted to comment on.
Oh, I should note that honey here doesn't refer to just honey from bees. I think we've already noted that before. It also refers to sweet syrup of grapes, dates, and figs. Zenger notes that it was practically the only sweetener and was very important for nourishment. Quote, in antiquity, who is he quoting? He's quoting from Paul Mayberger. And it's right. or Mayberger. In antiquity, nothing sweeter than honey was known. Judges 14:18 compares Sirach 11:3. Hence, whatever was especially lovely, beneficial, and pleasant, and was perceived as healthful and life-sustaining, indeed as a positively heavenly delicacy, was compared with honey. The taste of honey was therefore also a metaphor for the sweetness of love. Compare Song of Songs 4:11 and Proverbs 5:3. As heavenly food, manna tasted sweet like honey. Likewise, the scroll with the words of God that Ezekiel ate after his calling was as sweet as honey in his stomach. Compare Ezekiel 2:8 through 3:3. So also the words of Torah, especially under the aspect of their promise of life, are as sweet as honey. Psalms 19:11. Whoever eats Torah receives life force from it. Compare 2 Samuel 17:29, and enjoys life, even love. The honey of Torah is a divine food.
Yeah, it makes sense for the word sweet or honey to kind of combine themselves. I think even like for example, the English word mead is a very, very old, like Indo-European root that exists in other languages, and it can mean sweet, it can mean honey. And I think even in Mandarin, they somehow got like contact with Indo-European speakers, and they adopted the word mi to mean a type of honey, and then eventually became the word for honey, pretty much, which is interesting. That such a broad area use that word.
Now it's my turn. So it's I should do like this and this. Oh wait. God damn it. So I was at
Yeah, which verse are you on?
105.
Okay.
It's noon now. Your word is a lamp to my feet, a light for my path. I have firmly sworn to keep your just rules. I am very much afflicted. O Lord, preserve me in accordance with your word. Accept, O Lord, my freewill offerings. Teach me your rules. Though my life is always in danger, I do not neglect your teaching. Though the wicked have set a trap for me, I have not strayed from your precepts. Your decrees are my eternal heritage. They are my heart's delight. I am resolved to follow your laws to the utmost forever.
You know, it is kind of fascinating how many different ways the psalmist figured out to say the exact same thing. It's incredible, really.
And I have to wonder if anybody can explain this. What is this love of the law? You know, I will obey your law, all of that. I mean, I don't understand where does this attachment, where does this...
They attribute all good things to following the law.
Yes. Also, it's a gift. Peter,
There's an old man dying in the background.
you're not allowed to die on
sorry.
me. Thank you. Cut it out. Now,
I can call him an old man because he's still a year older than me.
I was a bit busy
Fair.
with some troll in the chat who apparently wants to be banned.
oh, thanks. Oh, that's a bummer. Anyway,
Yeah.
thanks for getting rid of that. I didn't even see it this time, so meh.
No, he's still here.
But yeah,
Also-
remember the law is the Torah, so it's the word of God. Specifically, the word of God is given to these people, so it's very special to them because that's the thing, the piece of the God that they are given. You know, it's not a rock. It's a book of incredibly annoying micromanaging rules and the traditions that follow them. So, you know, yay.
Also, I see Sydney Winston in the chat. I haven't seen that name in like a decade.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
They probably got a notification from Alira giving them,
yeah. Oh, that's my guess.
membership.
Yeah, I think back in the day, in like 2016, he was I think he was also doing stuff on secular TV, because secular TV was a channel that kind of I
He's
mean,
live. He's live almost every day, covering
oh,
one
really?
of Arn's favorites, G-Man.
Nice.
Okay, gotcha. I think, yeah, it was like this group project where like,
Well, there's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
yeah, G-Man, that's right. Yeah.
I'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
I know.
Yeah, but Secular TV was this group project that unfortunately didn't really go anywhere. But it was essentially like, this community had like people just had different shows at different times, like, times and days where they would like post their respective shows.
Aww.
So it was an interesting concept.
By the way, Lawrence, there was a moment a few minutes ago when there's an electrical short in my room, and I put up barricades to keep the dog away from it, but he deliberately moved everything out of the way so that he can lay on this one cord and cut all the power to the room. So I'm not sure. We were reading comments. Did you read comments?
Yeah, we read the 150 gift subs from gift memberships from Alira, and that is incredible. But also, I don't know if Alira knows this or not, but it's a special someone's birthday today. It's me. I'm the special someone.
That's
And-
right. If Peter, if you would put the link back in, please. I mean, this is Lawrence's birthday. Please show him some love. He's needing a book that would help him on this show.
Need plenty of books.
Yeah.
Oh, and I don't need plenty of books. Okay.
No, you're fine.
No.
Yeah, you didn't have flooding.
You have plenty of
No,
plenty
but I had missiles.
That's true. I was gonna say.
Ah.
Yeah,
They didn't hit your books, did they?
No. They hit
Okay.
my soul.
Okay,
Okay,
so
well-
they just totally whiffed. Okay. Well, yeah, lots of books on that Amazon wish list. Always need more. I now have over 600 books.
Wow.
And I think at 1,000, I think if I'm like lending them out, I think that legally makes me a library. So like that'd be pretty dope. Also, who the hell
What is
is
that?
very
Yeah, what is
obviously
that? Oh,
jerking off?
Is that Peter? No, is that Peter?
No, I think
No, Aaron was muted.
Isaac, is that
I
a
think it was-
noise out your window?
No, I'm
That noise,
trying to
the
stretch
shaking,
my
that was
birds.
Yes.
He does it when I do this. He gets
Yeah.
crazy.
Okay, that's the flapping of a bird. Okay.
Sure. Definitely not masturbation. Okay.
Nope.
I mean,
did
how
I have
do
something
birds?
to-
Oh, it's okay.
No, I don't have something to say on this.
Cool.
All right.
Your turn.
No.
So
Isaac.
Tomer, did you read that one? That was
Yeah,
yours?
I did read Noon. Yes. Now it's
Okay.
Samech.
Oh, you did none.
Samech.
Okay. I hate men of divided
Yes.
Yeah.
Finally, Isaac admits he hates men.
heart, but I love your teaching. You are my protection and my shield. I hope for your word. Keep away from me, you evildoers, that I may observe the commandments of my God. Support me as you promised, so that I may live. Do not thwart my expectation. Sustain me that I may be saved, and I will always muse upon your laws. You reject all who stray from your laws, for they are false and deceitful. You do away with the wicked, as if they were dross. Rightly do I love your decrees. My flesh creeps from fear of you. I am in awe of your rulings.
Something that I found really interesting about this was just the first verse here, 113. I hate the double-minded. In later tradition, this would be like the main topic of the Shepherd of Hermas. And there is a reading of the Shepherd of Hermas on my channel.
Nice.
It's long, and it
hard.
is they do very much the same thing that that the psalmist is doing, where they say the same thing in many different ways. Lots of different metaphors for the exact same thing. And this double-mindedness, these people who can't decide whether they want to fully worship God, or if they want to concentrate on like material wealth, for example. That double-mindedness is the thing that causes them to sin, essentially. So in later tradition, especially, the double-mindedness would be the kind of like the wicked, in the sense that it's like this big opponent. And the way that they portray the double-mindedness is literally as like two souls inside of somebody fighting. So that's in the Shepherd of Hermas. And I think there are references to it in the Bible, but there's not really that much. So it is like the Shepherd of Hermas is a very interesting work in that way. That from like, this bare bones idea of double-mindedness, they derive this entire mythology out of it, essentially. So I'm not suggesting people read the Shepherd of Hermas because it's long and quite boring. There are some funny parts of it. For
That's
example,
actually one I haven't read.
because in the shepherd is this angel who's talking to Hermas, and it's honestly kind of funny sometimes, because so many times he's essentially calling Hermas an idiot. If Hermas doesn't understand a metaphor or something, he's like, "You dumbass, you fucking moron. Here's what it means." It's actually kind of funny, but as a whole work, it's not entirely too interesting.
Okay, am I reading from 121 now, or do we have commentary?
I don't think I have something very important to say. No, I think you can continue.
Okay, so read.
Yes, please.
121, yes.
Okay. I have done what is just and right. Do not leave me to my oppressors. Guarantee your servant's well-being. Do not let the godless oppress me. My eyes fail from watching for your salvation and for the fulfillment of your righteous promise. Deal with your servant according to your steadfast love, and teach me your statutes. I am your servant. Give me understanding, so that I may know your decrees. It is time for the Lord to act, for your law has been broken. Truly, I love your commandments more than gold, more than fine gold. Truly, I direct my steps by all your precepts. I hate every false way. Yeah.
Yeah, those godless oppressors. Now, of course, the people in the ancient Near East were not godless. They had gods, but they didn't have Yahweh as a god. So yeah, there's really no like ragtag group of atheists in the ancient Near East that was causing havoc. That just wasn't a thing. Now, one thing that I found very interesting was in verse 126. It is time for the Lord to act, for your law has been broken. The thing is, it's always been broken. That's kind of the whole point of much of the story thus far, is that it's always being broken. So surely this cannot be the catalyst for him to act, because he would have done it forever ago.
Aaron responding.
I guess you could argue that he did do it a whole bunch of times, that he did act a whole bunch of times, but apparently something just ain't right. He's just swinging and missing.
Well, I'm always going to wear mixed fabrics just to see if he does anything about it, but no vibes. Yeah. It kind of reminds me of when Aaron was responding to that frequently quoted verse, "Don't be afraid, don't be deceived, God is not mocked." And it's like, yeah, he is all the time for good reason. By me. And it's like, yeah, like, It is too sacred. It will never be. No, yes, it will. And is. And has been. Anyway, how much faster can we get through this bit? Because there is like 5 more pages.
Oh, so I should note here. Alan notes that the key term of the Ein strophe is Avdecha, your servant, verses 122, 124, 125. It is used to claim Yahweh's patronage in a strophe that is strongly marked by descriptions of a lament situation. Divine action is implored, verses 124, 126, and the poet ventures to plead that he has taken an active part in the divine-human relationship, verse 121. But help out of distress is not the only need. A petition for Yahweh to teach the Torah is sounded twice. In verse 122, Erev, rendered stand surety, is it? Arev, I think it is. Arov, means to take over responsibility for another, for instance, in respect of debt. Compare Genesis 43:9, Proverbs 11:15, Isaiah 38:14. Verse 123a echoes verse 82. In verses 127 and 28, the anticipated intervention of Yahweh is a double stimulus, both to devotion to divine revelation and to renouncing behavior alien to it. Okay.
All right. So should I continue with 129 then?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Your
Okay.
decrees are wonderful. Therefore, my soul keeps them. The unfolding of your words gives light. It imparts understanding to the simple. With open mouth, I pant because I long for your commandments. Turn to me and be gracious to me, as is your custom toward those who love your name. That's hilarious. Keep my steps steady according to your promise, and never let iniquity have dominion over me. Redeem me from human oppression, that I may keep your precepts. Make your face shine upon your servant, and teach me your statutes. My eyes shed streams of tears because your law is not kept. I could say that there are a couple of interesting things here. I mean, I think that the imagery of hello, kitty. Yeah, I think that the imagery of open mouth panting is quite funny. But where was there? Yeah, 135. Make your face shine upon your servant. Now that has come up in a few psalms where they're asking to, in many ways, to see God's face is what they're asking for.
Is it also asking for a smile?
I
suppose, yeah.
Okay.
Did you just tell God he'd be prettier if he smiled more?
Right. Yeah. You should smile more, God.
I already am.
Yeah, but the obviously the critical part here is it's 132. Be gracious to me as is your custom toward those who love your name. We know that's not exactly how God has treated people who love his name. Because if he sees any transgression in the way that you love his name, he will kill you. So,
No. He might just kill everyone you love and abandon you in the desert to cry until you repent.
Right, yeah.
Alan notes here that verse 132 expresses succinctly a theme of the whole psalm. Quote, obedience gives entry to seek God's attention and God's gift. It is an articulation of legitimate expectation between partners who have learned to trust each other, end quote, according to Eerdmans.
Sure. An expression of trust. Yeah. It's kind of like the guy who says, "Don't you trust me?" on like the second date. And I'm like, socially, I recognize I cannot say no, but who the fuck do you think you are? Anyway. Yeah, let's get on with this. Sade?
Wait, I think you should Aaron read the comments. Yeah.
I'm 150 behind.
Alira.
Okay.
No, we mentioned the 150 memberships.
There's
It's the
150
additional.
more now. Yeah, that's insane.
Oh
Oh.
my god. Who can
Okay.
keep up with a lira?
Thank you
The
very
Lira
much,
may as
Lyra.
well be Elon.
Up to 300 now, so yeah.
Just hopefully not as evil. Incredible. Thank you so much, Lyra. Yeah, so we had the 150 from before and the 150 that just coming in now. Absolutely incredible.
And Peter, can you do something about your squeaky? There's something squeaky toy going on your camera.
That's the bird I was talking about. I've agitated him, so now he's really happy.
Yeah. What is about old people and parrots?
You know, parrots are pretty cool. Don't they live for like 80 years?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think mine has a lifespan of like 50.
Yeah, they live surprisingly long.
Yeah. I'm worried that he may outlive me.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, same here.
Just tell him to head north to freedom and I'll take care of him.
Okay. All right. Is somebody
All
reading?
right. Yeah, Sad.
Sadiq.
Sadik. Okay.
And it also starts with Sadiq, so.
And what
What
verse are you starting from?
137.
137 to 144.
Gotcha.
Well, apparently
Righteous.
the name, yeah, just say that the name Tzaddik is for the ladder is a later.
Yeah.
It probably was Tzadi or Tzadeh,
Yeah.
and then it was changed to Tzaddik because it's
Yeah.
a nice word. Yeah.
Righteous are you, O Lord, and your laws are right. The statutes you have laid down are righteous. They are fully trustworthy. My zeal wears me out, for my enemies ignore your words. Your promises have been thoroughly tested, and your servant loves them. Though I am lowly and despised, I do not forget your precepts. Your righteousness is everlasting and your law is true. Trouble and distress have come upon me, but your commands are my delight. Your statutes are forever right. Give me understanding that I might live.
You know, in 139, he says, "My zeal consumes me." And I think that is probably the most accurate thing he could possibly say. Because
Anyone else think the author just needs to get laid?
seriously, he would enjoy sex a lot more.
Yeah, I mean,
His partner wouldn't.
Well,
Zenger notes that the word used here for angry zeal or jealousy, kin'ah, primarily describes Yahweh's holy jealousy, with which he guards the exclusivity of his relationship to his people, Israel. Compare especially the grounds for the first commandment or commandment against other gods in Exodus 25, aka Deuteronomy 5:9, Exodus 34:14, and elsewhere. Accordingly, in the theophany at Horeb, Elijah summarizes his battle against Baal and for Yahweh as follows, quote, "I have been very zealous for Yahweh, the God of hosts, for the Israelites have forsaken your covenant," end quote, 1 Kings 19, 10, and 14. It is possible that there is also an echo of the dimension emphasized in Psalm 73:3 of wrathful envy on the part of the righteous when they must behold how those who despise the Torah, although this contradicts Yahweh's order of justice, de facto are successful and happy. It is true that the petitioner insists that for his own part, Yahweh's promise given with and in the Torah is like refined precious metal, that is clear, pure, and valuable, hence in every respect without deceit or misleading aspect.
all right. Unless someone has something else to add, should we move on to
Yep.
the next one?
Yeah, and I think it's me now.
Yep.
Yeah, it's Kuf now. So I'll do this. Yes. I call with all my heart. Answer me, O Lord, that I may observe your laws. I call upon you. Save me, that I may keep your decrees. I rise before dawn and cry for help. I hope for your word. My eyes greet each watch of the night as I meditate on your promise. Hear my voice as befits your steadfast love. O Lord, preserve me as is your rule. Those who pursue intrigue draw near. They are far from your teaching. You, O Lord, are near, and all your commandments are true. I know from your decrees of old that you have established them forever.
Amoric.
Okay, if there's no, are there comments on this, Tomer?
So yeah, Alan notes that the Kof strophe strongly reflects a lament situation. In reaction, fervent prayers for assistance are accompanied by the assurance of Yahweh's closeness and the permanence of divine revelation to which the psalmist has allied himself. The Torah gives the promise of God's living presence with the believer. It is doubtless for this reason that earnest early prayer is matched by an even earlier study of the written Torah. In verse 148, the last watch from 2 to 6 o'clock is meant. The plural indicates that the small hours were regularly used in this way by the psalmist.
Yeah, honestly, I got like nothing on this one. It's very much like lame. It's fucking lame.
Yeah.
I've read something boring in the small hours of the night to try and go the fuck to sleep, but I didn't write a fetish ode about it after the fact. So just, time and place, people. Oh, speaking of, yes, Rush, let's...
See my affliction and rescue me, for I have not neglected your teaching. Champion my cause and redeem me. Preserve me according to your promise. Deliverance is far from the wicked, for they have not turned to your laws. Your mercies are great, O Lord, as is your rule. Preserve me. Many are my persecutors and foes. I have not swerved from your decrees. I have seen traitors and loathed them, because they did not keep your word in mind. See that I have loved your precepts. O Lord, preserve me as befits your steadfast love. Truth is the essence of your word. Your just rules are eternal.
Yeah, this is the same stuff we've been seeing before. How the law is what preserves him, but it's giving a lot more power to specifically God's actions, and that his ability to preserve people and give salvation. Yeah, aside from that, I got nothing special on this.
Okay, Tomer, or do I continue?
Well, we do have another one. 50
Another
gifted
50.
Iron Raw memberships from Alira.
Oh my god, Alira,
Huge.
thank you.
Absolutely huge.
Thank you, Illyria.
Aaron can eat this month.
No, I don't think I have anything.
All right. In that
Okay,
case,
then I'll pick up from 161.
Sheen.
Princes persecute me without cause, but my heart stands in awe of your words. I rejoice at your word, like the one who finds great spoil. I hate and abhor falsehood, but I love your law. Conversely, 7 times a day I praise you for your righteous ordinances. Give peace to those who love your law. Nothing can make them stumble. I hope for your salvation, O Lord, and I fulfill your commandments. My soul keeps your decrees. I love them exceedingly. I keep your precepts and decrees, for all my ways are before you. Got a lot of heavy-duty ass kissing there.
yeah, I think the one interesting thing about this would be in verse 164. 7 times a day I praise you. This doesn't have to be literal. because 7 being the number of completeness, it just means that he is fully praising him to the fullest possible extent.
Is that going to be like when people say, "If I told you once, I told you a million times," when in fact they might have told you twice?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah. Or it's that he's the guy who never shuts up about it. So, everyone's like, oh my God.
If you count each of these stanzas like alone, he just keeps doing it. It's way more than 7 times a day.
As is Illyra.
I wonder if
Another
this originally
50.
started as a writing assignment.
Oh, we up to what, 400 now?
Yes. I think she's going for 666 again, Arn.
That would make sense.
Amazing.
That is perfect.
I have to wonder how do they determine? Did we ever discuss
450?
How do we determine who gets what?
450.
Okay.
Damn, Illyra.
Could also be she
Arn,
wants to
what are
hide
you-
all of you in balloons. That could be a thing. I don't know.
True. You know what? That's fair. That's totally fair. Obviously not me though. I'm too hot to hide behind balloons.
Yeah.
So, Arn wanted to say something.
I can't remember what it was now. I'm sorry, I got distracted. Go ahead.
So I have 2 notes here. So Alan writes that the 7 times in verse 164 may be contrasted with the 3 times of pleading in Psalms 55:18, which is 17, and Daniel 6:11. Piety beyond the norm is indicated. And Zenger writes that the statement about praise being offered 7 times a day should probably not be understood in terms of a concrete statement of time, even though it was so understood by the Benedictine tradition, and indeed the whole church, and applied to the times of the liturgy of the hours. Rather, it emphasizes the completeness and intensity of the praise of God. For this meaning of 7 in ritual and ceremonial contexts in Israel's environment and the Old Testament, which is sung all day and at all night, and at all times. Compare Psalms 34:2. Yes. And now we reach the final letter, tough.
Tough. Yes. I believe it is Lawrence's turn.
Yes.
And it's also tough because we've also reached 500. So,
Woo!
Incredible.
I would kiss you, Illyra, but we can't do that through a computer screen.
That'll be great content. Anyways, going into the final stanza. Let my cry come before you, O Lord. Give me understanding according to your word. Let my supplication come before you. Deliver me according to your promise. My lips will pour forth praise, because you teach me your statutes. My tongue will sing of your promise, for all your commandments are right. Let your hand be ready to help me, for I have chosen your precepts. I long for your salvation, O Lord, and your law is my delight. Let me live that I may praise you, and let your ordinances help me. I have gone astray like a lost sheep. Seek out your servant, for I do not forget your commandments. He's always kind of in this weird, like, in between stage of accepting things and not accepting things. So I think that
Like
there
he
are
is
times
of 2 minds.
yeah, almost. Yeah. He notes things like, I've never went to, or I haven't went astray from your commandments. I follow them every day. But then in other times he's all like, I have went astray and you humbled me, shit like that, right? So I think that, and I think there was a verse, I forget where it was in here, but it noted about fulfilling his commandment to perfection or something like that. And I think that the overall point for that might be the fact that, or might be that he follows it to the best of his ability, but he also acknowledges that the best of his ability is not good enough. So he hopes for God's mercy on that one. so that God's graciousness would outdo, what he would see as a moral failing on his part.
What did I want to note here? Oh, so Alan writes that in the tough strophe, the gamut of the Psalms' concerns is reflected. A double prayer, an avowal of piety, and a reference to the situation of lament. A cry for help is meant in verse 169a in the light of 170a. It is poetically personified. Verses 171 through 72 are wishes for opportunity to engage in thanksgiving after the prayers of verses 169 to 70 are answered. In 173 through 76, develop the plea for rescue in verse 170b. In 175, as in verse 39, the word mishpatim, rulings, refers to Yahweh's providential intervention in the believer's life. Verse 175 notably acknowledges that praise is the purpose of life, compared with Psalms 115:18, while verse 176 poignantly applies to the divine shepherd to rescue the suffering lost sheep. In verse 176a, the context of the psalm, and indeed 176b, indicate that not moral backsliding but exposure to danger and being lost and lowly among foes are meant by the imagery. Compare Ezekiel 34:1 through 12.
650.
I think
It reminds me of. Does anyone else remember that meme where people are like, "Only God can judge me," and then they have the God thing going, "You're an asshole." It's kind of like
I do not remember that meme.
So we're
Okay.
up to 650
660.
memberships.
I
And
think
660
Alira-
now.
I think Alira tries to get 666.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, and I'm sure there's not going to be any more.
Yeah. She just
I
went
know.
up to 660. So there are 6 coming, I think.
That's incredible.
Thank you, Leo.
That's
love
a lot.
this.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's a lot of celebrating for your birthday, Lorence.
Yeah. My birthday. Surely I'll be seeing some of this.
Reminding everyone once again, do please hit that link for Lorence. Get him that book if you can.
the whole list of them. Yeah. There's a lot on there.
Okay.
Although we were talking and because I counted my books the other day, and I was at like 560 something or 580 or something like that. And then I got another package of books from one of our viewers who owns a bookstore, and she sends me a whole bunch of, like, I think she said that for the last shipments, she was like, there was this retired pastor that came in and dropped off a whole ton of books, so she sent me like a ton of stuff from that.
I don't want to mention
Nice.
I don't want to mention who they are specifically, but somebody very close in my family. In 2016, I was on a book tour for my first book, and one of my close relatives said to me on this book tour, we were going through their hometown, and they said, "You wrote a book? I read a book once in high school. They made me."
Yeah, guys, reading is important. Reading is good. It's good for your brain.
Support your local library, or we're all doomed.
Right.
Just,
Yeah.
just think about
Read
that.
or death.
He thought that reading a book was equivalent to writing one.
Yeah, my drafts folder says differently.
So
Sorry.
yes, so I have an overview, but it's similar to the other Psalms. So Gerstenberger writes that he doubts that Psalms 119 was intended primarily to be a private prayer, in spite of continuous prayer language. He writes that the large poem being a portrait of a Yahweh confessor served as a model text for all members of the community. He argues that it was recited in worship, formally as a prayer, but with the clear intention to instruct everyone. especially younger people, as to the correct postures over it against Yahweh and his will. He writes that the psalm belongs to the didactic strands of early Jewish worship, being, quote, a beautiful example of endeavors to orient members toward the Lord of all justice and bounty articulated within the Torah, end quote. Allen writes that a date after Deuteronomy is necessary, and writes that a date after Ezra is commonly suggested, by associating him with the promulgation of the complete Pentateuch in Judah, according to Schmidt, Deisler, and Becker. He notes that Deisler has defined the Torah in Psalms 119 as an anthology of sacred books, including prophetic and sapiential elements, as well as Deuteronomy, and he himself assigned it to the 3rd century. Allen, however, writes that this origin may be too late, but in principle, a post-exilic origin can hardly be denied. He notes that the presence of pronounced Aramaisms and terms characteristics of post-biblical Hebrew is a weighty argument for advocating it. And Zenger comments, quote, it is important to understand Psalm 119 in the historical context in which it originated. Even if the psalm is close in language and theology to Deuteronomy, it cannot be viewed as a programmatic text for the Deuteronomistic reform in Josiah's time, according to Dahud, or as the prayer of King Jehoiakim in exile, according to Saul. Likewise, the attribution of the psalm to Ezra by Friedman and Enzo Cortese is problematic. With its multifold intertextuality, and especially its rootedness in Torah wisdom, this is one of the late Psalms in the Psalter, and is a witness to the 4th century beginnings of Jewish education and book culture. At that time, in Israel's environment, libraries and books were called sanctuaries of the soul, places and media in which and through which people sought peace and healing in the midst of trouble and the world's agitation. The book collection par excellence that promised refreshment and healing for the Jewish soul was the books of the Torah of Moses. When the one praying Psalm 1 says that he finds his delight in Yahweh's Torah, when he meditates on it day and night, he puts his finger precisely on the Nervus Rerum of Psalms 119. This long psalm, with its 22 alphabetical strophes, is meant to be a little library, a sanctuary of the soul in the midst of a wicked world. Psalm 119 is the development of the program formulated in Psalm 119:8, quote, the Torah of Yahweh is perfect, it revives my soul or my life. That's it.
And we now see
And that is my commentary.
what is perhaps the final sub for our gifted membership from Alira.
There we go.
666 gifted memberships. Incredible. Big W's for Alira.
Winning!
Thank you very much, Alira. And also check out her music on her channel.
Yeah.
All right. So
there is
yes.
I just want to say there is a tradition that people do with Psalm 119, which is if someone is very sick, people will spell out their name, their full Hebrew name, and read all the sections for each letter. So
God. Imagine if you have a super long name.
Yep. So a couple of times I remember in school being like, okay, we're doing this name, and it's like, two first names, son of or daughter of, and then like the father's name. The mother's name.
And the last name is like Leibowitz.
You don't have to do
the last name.
No
the last name is Pele Yoetz El Gibor Aviat Sar Shalom.
Oh, good. Well, that
no, but
takes care of
you have you might have something like I don't know, Hananya Yosef Lipa Ben Soroshnera Bela or something. I don't know, and then you have to spell out.
Spell out the Ben.
And then I think you do the Ben as well, yeah. And then you do all the letters from this, so you end up reading Psalms for an hour.
Okay.
And
as
it's
an insider to the culture, I have to ask you, what are the chances that this tradition originated in someone trying to get a busybody ant off their back when they were sick and giving them this task to get them to fuck off?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing if you decide to do it yourself, but I remember being in school and being like, oh, someone is really, really ill, going into surgery or something, and like everybody needs to pray. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna write their name on the board, and then everyone get your Psalms, your book of Psalms, and like we're gonna do this section and then this section and this in that order.
You know that that sentence in English that has like every letter in the alphabet. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Imagine if that
Oh,
was your name. That would be terrible.
Well, you
Well-
do all of them, but
Yeah,
At least it'll
Yeah.
be less
all of them.
I
repetitive.
have to say, this is
Yeah.
very clearly a writing exercise style. Is there any conceivable liturgical use this could have had? Because some of the others, it's very easy to see how they could have been used in a liturgical setting, especially the really short and mundane ones. Like they have nothing interesting to say, but sure, we can have it as an, a quick little chant as we walk across the stage to do part B of the service or whatever. This, I'm not seeing it.
Right.
By the way, Lawrence,
Okay, so
it could be
we-
worse. It could be worse. Elira just said that her bank was thinking that someone stole her account, and then the last membership goes to someone with the name of Funny Money. I'm not making this up.
I doubt that comes up on the state bank statement.
No, but it comes up here, which is, I think, hilarious.
Yeah.
At least
Yeah.
funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sable Eagle wanted to know what if someone's called Vich. Good
At
Yeah,
some
what
point,
if-
you just have to let them die.
I did not know you could speak
So
Welsh.
then,
I can't. Llanfair.
All right. So
Gwych
now the great and
Gwrgiadur
powerful question. We
Undrobych
have completed. We have completed the magical, never-ending psalm of boredom, and nobody has died yet. So, do we continue on to literally anything else?
You know what? I am exhausted from that. I
Yeah.
Yeah.
feel like
And
Yeah.
I should also note that like Psalm 120 is the beginning of the Songs of Ascent, Shir Hamalot, Psalms 120 through 134. So I think it is appropriate for us to finish here and start with the Songs of Ascent.
perfect.
Yeah,
Are we
on
doing that
Saturday.
this coming Saturday?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
That's what I had.
that works.
Very good. All right.
Very
Psalm
good.
120 on Saturday.
But also,
And, I'm not going to wait for Tomer to say goodbye.
well,
So
no,
I'll just
on.
say,
hold on, buddy. We got
Behold!
I could say that later. We got a $4.99 coming in from Sailman.
No way.
Yeah, I mean, am I the only one paying attention to the chat? I mean, come on, guys. I mean, I know I'm all business,
Yeah.
total box office, but I'm really the only one on top of things. Happy birthday, Lorence. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And Aaron, what do you think of the no atheists in foxholes comment? I always thought it was as stupid. Is there more to that?
when I started doing
Not a bit.
interviews on my channel,
No.
the very first interview I did, I can't remember the guy's name now, unfortunately, but the very first interview I did was with a guy in the Army who was running an organization called Atheists in Foxholes. Because he's in a foxhole, he finds there are other people in a foxhole who also don't believe.
Yeah, there was a guy that I was I mean, I'm still friends with him on Facebook, but he's haven't talked to him in quite a while. He used to make videos. His name was literally Foxhole Atheist.
Yeah, probably the same guy. So he told us
Randy
thing about how
Bennett?
a chaplain was ribbing him in front of a bunch of other people. He says, there are no atheists in foxholes. And he corrects them and says, no, there are no chaplains in foxholes.
Oh! Oh!
I've
Deserved.
never met a Christian.
At least one of them was
so,
right.
At least one of them was right. That's true. And let's face it. I haven't been in a literal foxhole, but I've been in enough trouble in my life to say the anxiety and troubles it creates is not worth it. There are some people who find comfort in faith, but on the whole, I have not found the balance to be. It's just not worth the calories. Let's put it that way. Bake Off fans, but yeah, there have always been atheists in foxholes. Hell, foxholes have made many an atheist. But I do think that if the best argument you can come up with why I should believe you is that if you get me scared and threatened and terrified and irrational enough and appeal completely bypass all my higher functions to my pure survival, you can get me to believe you, I shouldn't believe you.
Very good point. All right, so see you all Saturday.
Hey.
Hi, what?
Listen.
That's twice, Art. That's twice.
I'm all business, total box office. Because of that, make sure you go subscribe to the Behold Network.
Behold!
Yeah.
And also the Behold Network Discord, the only Discord you'll ever need. And once you join it, you too can be all business, total box office.
Okay.
And also the Amazon wish list. It is my birthday, of course. I am 32 years old, and I am approaching the grave every day. So we'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, got books on there.
At least you don't have to change your census like response. You're still in the same age group, you know.
Yeah. For now.
That's the next. My next one's gonna be I have to choose a different section. Like, oh no, I'm middle-aged.
Mine stopped being anything a while back. It just was plus some number.
Yeah. 60 plus, yeah.
All right. Thank you all. Good night.
All
Bye.